go ahead and get started. Go ahead and put my information in the chat for you guys if you need it. My name is Carl Judd. I'm the national trainer for LBA. And today we're going to talk about marketing. And please bear with me. I'm battling either the beginning of a cold or some allergies. So my voice is a little off today and I'm not feeling all that great, but definitely here for you guys. So if you have any questions, best way is either pop something in the chat, or when we have a little break, just pop in, unmute yourself. We've only got a few people on the call today, so it should be easy to have conversations. So with that, go ahead and get started here. Before we get into it, I always like to mention, if you guys are looking to build a team, you are more than welcome to reach out to Gabriel. He is our CEO, but he also is dedicated to helping you grow your businesses. So if you need help, if you have a team of people that you want to bring to the table, just reach out to Gabe. He will assist you with those endeavors. So with that being said, let me make sure my chat is up and running here. Okay. Let's talk about marketing. How do we do it effectively? So this call is geared mostly to talk about the different marketing things that you can do outside of your lead star. So the calls that you have coming in, that's pretty much already set up for you. You just answer the call and start working with your clients, right? But if you're really looking to get a lot of business and go and make your book of business large, these are some other ways that you can go out in the community and find your own business and build relationships to make that happen. So first of all, let's talk about what your purpose is. Do you want to primarily work from home? Do you want to be active in the community? Do you want to start working with doctors' offices? Do you want just leads? How do you want to get your people that you work with, right? So some suggestions. And those of you who have seen some of my previous trainings, I have talked about trying to build relationships with doctors in your communities, especially with primary care physicians. So one of the things that I have found most successful as I work in the field is to build relationship with primary care. Primary care is pretty easy to work with for a couple of different reasons. For one, the doctors really have no control over what insurance plans their patients go into, right? So that creates a little bit of a problem for some of our providers in the community. Imagine having a client that calls 1-800 help me with Medicare, or the Joe Namath guy or whoever, and they put them on an HMO that doesn't even have their primary doctor, but if it does have their primary, it doesn't have their specialist on there. That creates a big problem for their plan of health, right? So one of the things that I do when I talk to a doctor, or at least the doctor's staff, is I say, hey, look, I am a local agent. I kind of understand how the community works. I know some of the different doctors. My job and what I do is to help patients find a plan that lets their healthcare work for them. And what that means is they keep their doctors in place, and we find it in a way that makes it least expensive for them and provides them all of the benefits that they need to maintain or make better their health plan. And a lot of doctors will understand what you mean by that. So what we're doing is not necessarily trying to put people into an HMO or a PPO or a Medicare supplement. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get them into a place where their healthcare is effectively set up, and then we're saving them money. So the previous trainings that I do, or I have done, which you can go into the YouTube channel and find, especially the page 1, what we're doing is that we're explaining to the patients, how does Medicare work, right? And we need them to understand that, because when we get to the point where we're trying to pick a plan for them, if they don't understand how an HMO works or a PPO works or a Medicare supplement works, then it's going to be difficult to address the issues that they have when one of their doctors is not on the HMO that you want to put them into. So when we go to talk to the doctor's office, the first thing we want to explain to them is that we want to maintain their health plan. That means keeping their doctors in place, keeping the availability for the different services they need. So that might be going to lab or Quest, or having a specific imaging place that they go to, because that's where the doctor normally refers to, and they have a good working relationship with that facility. The second thing that we want to communicate to a doctor's office is that we're local, which means that we can be held accountable, right? When I make a relationship with the doctor's office, what I'm saying to them is, hey, look, I want you to use me because I want to help your practice. And what that entails is me kind of taking care of your patient panel to a place where if there's an issue, both the doctor's office or the patient can call me and I can massage the situation so that it works to both of their benefits. That's super, super important, because as you get familiar with this industry and you've worked on it for amount of time, you'll find that there's always going to be issues with referrals, or this facility doesn't take this plan, or there's some billing issues, or what have you. So what you're trying to do ultimately when you go to try to work with the doctor's office is you're trying to become a liaison or an advocate for both the patient and the practice, which sometimes may mean getting in the middle of their dealings with the insurance company as well. And if we can't get any resolution to a problem, well, we have the power to move them from one plan to another plan that would be more effective in whatever way that is. So working with the doctor's office can bring you a lot of leads. The average primary care that works with seniors probably has anywhere from 400 to 1,000 patients that are on their books. And if you can just do some quick math, about 500 patients, even on the renewal side, allows you a pretty healthy income. It's about 6 figures. So just one doctor's office can put you into 6 figures if you work that doctor's office properly. And really, it's just a matter of talking to them, trying to establish yourself as somebody who cares for the patients and cares for the practice, and making sure that you're going to do the right thing for both. Another effective way to get a lot of clients is to do seminars. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do seminars. You can do a marketing seminar. A lot of times the individual carriers or the companies will allow you to represent their products. So you can call United Healthcare or Humana or whatever company that you're interested in doing seminars for, and they will actually set it up for you. They'll do advertising for you. They may even have promotional items to give away. Sometimes that's gift cards or different tchotchkes that allow you to draw interest into those seminars. Now, on a marketing seminar, except for a few minor situations, generally what you're going to do is represent one company, and your focus will be to go over a plan or a number of plans within that company and try to enroll people during that seminar. So those can be highly effective for the right situation. If you go into an area that has, for example, Florida, we have an area called the Villages. It's a 55 and older community, and their community has doctors that work and have offices inside of the community. So inside of there, they only take 3 different plans. They take United Healthcare, they take Humana, and they take Florida Blue Cross Blue Shield. So what you can do is get together with one of those carriers and ask to do a seminar to bring people in. And generally in a situation like that, they will provide some kind of marketing materials outside of just the literature for you to have for those seminars, which will help draw people into those. And those are easy to set up. You just call your local, go back, your local area manager for that carrier, for that company, and they'll be happy to set that up with you. Leads and referrals. So along with working with the doctor's office, and that can be done in a couple different ways, and we'll touch on that a little bit more in a minute. What you can do is try to set up leads and referrals, and you can do that through a few different ways. One is you can post something on Facebook, right? There's a ton of marketing material that's inside of yourfmo.com, which I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat for you guys. Yourfmo.com. If you go into the marketing materials and look for the